the TRU-SPEC 24/7 Series Pro Flex Pants. If you follow my channel, you know that I have done a bunch of TRU-SPEC videos, and I love some of the novel features that their pants have. And when I saw that these Pro Flex pants came out, I said, oh, those also have a novel feature, that being the Pro Flex part of the Pro Flex pant. I said, I need to get a pair of those, I need to try them, I need to wear them, I need to do a video on them, get the word out on them. And here I am with that video. Let me get some of the basics out of the way on these pants first. Price on them is $64, $63.95. I'll put some links down below. You can check it out. It comes in 6 colors: black, navy, ranger green, khaki coyote, and a combination ranger green pant with black soft flex panels. That also gives you an idea of where those novel feature soft flex panels are on the pants. The fabric on them is a 6.5 ounce, 65-35 poly cotton blend. Pretty standard, typical for tactical pants. It is not a stretchable fabric except for the soft flex panels, which I'll get to in a little bit, but just a standard poly cotton ripstop. It also has the durable water repellent finish, so this will be good at repelling water. That finish does wear off over time with repeated washing. If you're motivated, you can wash the pants inside out, and that'll make the finish last longer. I am not that motivated, so I don't do that, but you might be more motivated than I am. Sizes on these pants comes from a 28 to a 54-inch waist and a 30, 32, 34, and unfinished hem. I don't know the length of the unfinished hem. I'm going to guess maybe 37, because that's what a lot of unfinished hem pants seem to come in, but they don't list that on their website. So plenty of sizes, plenty of colors. Let me get into some of the construction of these pants now, starting up at the top. The waist here, there are 7 2-inch belt loops. 4 on the front here, you can see, and 3 on the back. That central one is larger with the TRU-SPEC logo more discreetly embroidered on there. There's a brass prim snap here, and in here is a brass, pretty large tabbed YKK locking zipper. So if the tab is down, you can't pull it open. If the tab is either vertical or up, you can just pull that zipper right down. So this is another locking feature of these pants. There's a couple things that will keep these pants from coming undone on you. The snap, the locking zipper, and then really the only feature that I don't like about these pants that I've commented on in a lot of other pant videos is the secondary closure. I am not a fan of secondary closures. There's a button here that goes here, and there's a pretty large piece of fabric here. And the thing that I don't like about this, without getting overly graphic, is when you're going to go to the bathroom, there is a large amount of fabric to reach around here to get kind of back to the midline. So I'm not a fan of this. Apparently, if you're doing a lot of crazy active motion, the secondary closure helps keep the pants from coming undone. I've said it in other videos, I'm not a fan of this. Or maybe this could just be a little bit more contour through here, so it's a little easier to reach around. It does have the pass-through on the pockets, if you want to reach in there to either pull your shirt down, anything like that. The waist here has their comfort slider waistband, and that is this piece of elastic here that kind of slides here. And this actually gives you an extra 2 inches of stretch on either side. Just to demonstrate that for you, here's the seam at 4 inches, and I can pull that down to about 2.5 inches. I think the pants, when you wear them, are going to sit a little bit more snug, probably like that, so it's pulled out just a little bit. So I'm going to say that this gives you actually about 4 inches of stretch between the 2 sliders on both sides of the pants. Now that's not to say that you should buy your pants small. If you wear a 32-inch waist, don't buy these in a 30, because they're going to stretch just a little bit, but what this does is it adds a lot more comfort with range of motion. And if you're going to put it inside the waistband holster in here, it will give you some extra space for that as well. But I really like how comfortable these are when you put them on, and that slider waistband really does a nice job. Moving down here, I'll get to the pockets in a minute. The big standout feature of these pants that made me really want to get them is the soft flex panels. And they are in the gusseted crotch here, here on the sides, and also in the back yoke. And what this does is these stretch in a bunch of different ways, and they're in all the sort of important stretch points of the pants. Right by your knees, obviously in the crotch, and then in the yoke, so that when you bend forward, there's going to be some extra flex and give there, both sideways and forward, up and down. I'm not sure what this material is made of. They don't list it on their website, but it is a pretty tough feeling, very flexible, but thinner than the rest of the pant material. I don't really have any concerns about the wear on it so far. I've worn these pants a bunch, and it doesn't seem to be wearing at all, but it is very comfortable. So that was a selling point for me on these pants. The side pockets on these pants, just a standard angled pocket, about 6 1/4, 6.5 inches in length, and depth-wise, deep pockets down to here. To the side of the pocket is, I don't know, 7, 8 inches or so. Now the side pockets have a bunch of nice features. Let me show you. Just posterior of midline here, there is what I will call a knife or utility pocket. This pocket opening is about 2 inches by 5 inches deep. And I love it that it will perfectly fit my Leatherman Raptor. So I will often carry it there while I'm working. Alternatively, you could certainly put a knife or a pen in it, whatever you need to. I love pants with these knife pockets because it takes the knife that you would usually put here and makes getting into this pocket harder, and it puts it nice and easily carried, easily accessible right back here. So I love that feature. Moving down a little bit, they have their drop-in pocket, drop-in, D-R-O-P-N, drop-in pocket right here. And that pocket is about 3.5 inches, about 3.25, 3.5 by 6.5 inches. And that is perfect for your cell phone. Here's my Galaxy S10 Plus with a pretty minimal case, and it fits perfectly inside that pocket with just a little bit to spare on the side, but essentially it's a perfect fit. Sits right about like that. So that's about how big that pocket is. Alternatively, you can put a 30-round AR magazine in it, and it will fit like that. You can put one on each side. So I love the easy accessibility of putting a cell phone in these pockets. It's down in there enough so it's not sticking out, and the S10 Plus is a pretty big phone, but very easy to reach in and grab it out. I love that feature. Now the main pocket, there are 2 hook and loop closures here, and then on the back here, there's another one, so the pocket will bellow out some. The pocket is sewn shut, this flap on the front here. I think I would like it if this was open all the way, but they have it sewn shut on the front here, so this flap opens most of the way. This pocket, if you are so inclined, is 7 inches by 7.5 inches or so. And then down on the inside here, there are 2 dividers. And so the divider runs right down the middle of the pocket and goes to the top of this pocket right here. So it's about 5 inches and then across, so 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches, and 5 inches. You can also put your cell phone down in there. It will fit there if you're so inclined. You can put AR magazines in there. Let's see how that fits. Putting it in the front one. It's kind of a little tight on the top of the pocket there, so it will not exactly fit, but you can put it sort of there. I also found that these pockets are handy for carrying 2 bottles of water if you're at work and need to carry some water and some other stuff in your hand. You can put some water in here. This small pocket, what could you use this for? I never really knew what to use this for. I figured it was kind of a small pocket. If I don't want to put my Leatherman Raptors back here, they will also almost perfectly fit in the side pocket here. You could put some gloves, you could put some gauze, you could put some snacks. You can really put whatever you want in this pocket. It actually has more uses than I once thought it did, and it also bellows out just a little bit, but no hook and loop there. And then if you don't need these pockets, they lay nice and flat and out of the way. The bottom of the pants, just a plain bottom. There are no blousing strap holes. Up here, there is a spot for knee pads. Right here, the pocket goes on the inside here, and you can slide the knee pads in from the side over here. So knee pad pocket there if you need to use those. And lastly, the back. So up on the top here, like I showed before, the belt loops, that soft flex panel yoke right here for some added stretch and movement. And then there's 2 pockets here. The one on the left is not sealed. These pockets are both sewn in the middle, kind of like that side pocket, sewn in the middle here, and then a flap on the outside here. So this one is open. You can get down in there if you want the size. It is 7 inches deep and about 5 inches across. That one's open. The one on the right has a zipper, and the zipper is even kind of novel. So the zipper tab, also a YKK zipper. The zipper tab, you can see it's kind of spring-loaded a little bit, or it has a little bit of a detent to it. So if you flip it up, so the point being that the zipper, you're not going to be walking and find that suddenly the zipper is sticking out like that, because the zipper will stay down. See that? It's kind of spring-loaded in either direction. So it's not just going to come up while you're walking, so that's nice. It's going to keep it nice and flat and out of the way. And no one knows that this side has a zipper, so you can put your wallet in here and no one is going to pickpocket you and take that out, and then lies nice and flat and the sides look symmetrical. Let me give you an idea of the cut and fit of these pants now with them on. I'm freshly home from work, so I have everything in my pockets that I took with me to the hospital today, give you an idea there. The fit of these, I would say from slim fit to extra wide and generous is kind of medium plus a little bit extra. They're definitely not thin cut, but they are not sloppy extra wide cut. I'd say they're kind of happy medium with a little bit of extra room. Not a lot of extra, what I would call not extra sloppy space here, kind of just right for movement there. And then on the back here, not extra sloppy space there, but just enough to make them easy and comfortable to move around. It has a flat front, but the flat front is not super tight. There's some space in here. Some of the pants I have are very snug across the front here, but these are cut just enough so there's some extra space, again, for some extra ease of movement there. There are those soft flex panels just above the knees here. Here's where my patella is, and these sit right above the knees such that when you go to bend your knees, they're going to allow a little extra movement here, but also if you wanted to put a knee pad in here, there's some extra space for the knee pad because that sits down below where those soft flex panels are. You like the socks, by the way? No reason to have boring socks. I always recommend cool socks. These are from Stance. I'll put a link down below. You can check that out as well. And colorful shoes for that heck of it too. No reason to be boring. Anyway, but so there's the soft flex panels there, and then there's the one across the yoke here and back so that when you bend forward, it's going to give a little bit extra movement there. The pockets, the side pockets are just the straight cut here. I keep my pen over here and my pen light over on this side. There are the side pockets here with the drop-in pockets right below it. I keep my cell phone right there in that. Very easy access. If you wanted to put your cell phone a little bit more tucked out of the way, you could put them down in one of the dividers in the larger pocket, and then it's sealed shut, still with very easy access to it. I did have the thought today of, I have the clip for my pen light here, and this is going right into that. Could I possibly scratch the screen? Very small concern, but I did at least consider the idea because it goes right over it. Again, small concern, but at least something to think about. If you're concerned about that, just throw them on the inside here and you won't have that worry. But I put it here all day without any really big concern. Over on the other side, there is the smaller pocket, and like I mentioned before, I have my Leatherman Raptor in here. I will vary between carrying these back here in the utility or knife pocket because there's nice easy access to it there. And today I decided to carry it down here. Worked fine all day. Set my pocket there, again, easy to move. No real problems there. Here I have my keys in my pocket here. And again, because it's cut a little bit generous, you're not going to get a lot of printing from stuff in that pocket. Maybe a little bit, but not much compared to some pants that I have. The rear pockets, they look symmetrical, but on this side, as I showed before, there's the zipper. You can lock your wallet down in there if you like, and then zip it shut, lock that zipper back over, and then the pockets look symmetrical otherwise. So overall, love the pants. I've worn them a bunch now. I love these soft flex panels. They give you a little bit extra ease of movement with the pants, both on the legs here and in the back. I love the pocket layout. It's so functional, especially with these drop-in pockets. Such easy access to your cell phone or whatever else you want to put in there. I carry my cell phone here, my work phone over on the other side. I love the utility pocket for either a knife. You could obviously carry a knife here, also if you were so inclined. But overall, great pants. Recommend checking them out. Check them out in all the colors. I'll put the links below. The TRU-SPEC Pro Flex Pants.